Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with Leigh from PJD Guitars, and we're going to talk about the history of PJD, because a lot of you guys have been asking just about this company since they started cropping up in some of my videos from 42 Gear Street. So I thought I'd travel up to York and meet with the man himself to give you a little bit of background about what these things are.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know about PJD Guitars, what's the sort of the history of the company? Then let's have a 5-minute rundown of...
I can't promise it'll be that.
Oh well, it'll be as long as it will be.
Yeah, so basically it started the company back in 2010, hence established 2010 on the headstock of all the guitars. Started a company in London, had a little workshop, basically the end of my mum's garden. It was a shed. But all the best companies are started in sheds, aren't they?
That's it.
I think.
That's it. I think everyone's got to start from that point where it's just someone with a good idea.
Absolutely,
and then it grows.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, started in a shed, kind of self-taught. Always played guitar since I was like 8 or 9.
Right.
Loved buying guitars, taking them apart, swapping the pickups out. I thought, well, I'd give it a go at building one.
Yeah.
How hard can it be? Really?
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
As long as all the bits go in the right place, in theory, it should work.
So yeah, it became a bit of an addiction, actually. You know? And it's turned into this now. You know, I moved up to York, got out of London, and yeah, started really sort of working on the designs that I've got now. So the Woodford, the St John, and the Carey. Started working on those designs and building prototypes. Did a couple of shows.
Right.
The London show, which was back in, God, it must have been 2018 now, I think. Really successful. Everyone seemed to love the guitars. And then not long after, the guys from Guitar Galleries, who are based up here, got in touch with me. And yeah, they literally bought all the guitars that I had.
Wow. So that was your first kind of distributor then, almost. They were the guys that sort of took the first X amount of guitars and moved them on. And
so it was a guy called Mike and a guy called Matt. And Mike actually works here now with me full time. You know.
Oh, that Mike, yeah. Of course, yeah, I know Mike. That Mike. Yeah.
That Mike. So yeah, he's here full time now, and he's like helped build the company up to what it is today.
That's cool.
You know, me and him have kind of been going at it now for a couple of years, and here we are. You know, at this new workshop and building all these amazing guitars, which is fantastic. And yeah, got some exciting new stuff happening in the next probably 6 months.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is really good.
I think what's going to be really interesting for a lot of people that are just getting to know the brand now is the fact that everything is sort of made in-house, really, isn't it? Like, you guys will see this because we're doing a bit of a factory walk around later on, but everything from the wood blank up to the finished guitar, like the one you see on the wall there, that all happens in this one building pretty much, other than things like pickups and hardware that you'll obviously bring in from external companies, but the actual guitar starts and ends in this one place, which is quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's always been something that has kind of been a must for this company, is to bring absolutely everything in-house, as much as we can anyway.
Yeah.
Because then you've got full control over the quality of stuff.
Yes.
And that's obviously a massive thing for us. You know, quality and quality control is absolutely at the top of what we do.
Yeah. Everything's
got to be perfect that leaves our workshop. So yeah, we do everything from, you know, the raw material coming in to the final thing. You know, the only things we don't do is the hardware. Yeah. Pickups and things like the hard cases.
Yeah, of course. I think what people will be really interested to see as well is the price point that you guys hit with the fact that everything is still made in-house as well. Because I guess the idea of having a guitar that's literally built in one place from start to finish, you'd probably be thinking it's going to cost, you know, $3,500–4 grand plus. But you guys seem to consistently hit under the £2,000 mark, except for obviously a few of your sort of very top end models. Sure. Most things seem to come in under that price point, which is really good as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's always been important for me to, you know, build a guitar that's affordable, but not compromise on quality.
Yeah.
And that's people always ask us, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, we just do it. That's what we do. That's what we're aiming for, you know.
Yeah.
We build a consistently good quality instrument that can rival some of the bigger and, you know, some of the boutique companies even, but for a price that's affordable. You know, so if you're thinking of buying, I don't know, a Stratocaster or something, you know, a Kerry or a St. John Standard is a very viable option, rather than put it all the way up there and make it, you know, unobtainable to 80% of the people.
Yeah.
So it's always been important, rather than building. You know, I find a lot of the high-end builders, you know, they build amazing guitars, don't get me wrong, but, you know, the clientele that can afford them might not be musicians. They might be maybe dentists or
there's that as well. There's
or lawyers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the interesting thing about the price point you hit, is that it kind of does appeal to everyone, because if you're someone who just wants like a really nice guitar to play at home, you're not priced out by PJD. And then if you're a touring musician who wants a reliable guitar to take on the road, it's the same level. You get the same instrument for a really good sort of, like a reasonable price, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time I've spoken to someone about PJD as well, and anyone who's seen any of the 42 Gear Street videos from my channel and any of the other channels this year will notice that the PJD's got used a lot by everyone. And it was consistently the same thing when people would talk about the price. It was like, how are they that cheap? And not that they're not like cheap, but how are they not $4,000 guitars? Because everyone was just incredibly impressed with them.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time, actually, when we shot those videos, the Woodford was actually still just under £1,000 at that point. Now I know you guys have moved it slightly since then, but when I can't remember who it was, but someone was filming. It might have been Andy Ferris, and he was asking about what everyone's favourite guitar of the show was, and mine was actually the Woodford, the one that Henning has in that sort of burgundy finish.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
And Jens from PJD told me, he said, you know how like that guitar's like less than €1,000. I just couldn't believe it, because out of everything there, that was the one guitar I was like, I kept picking that up for videos, which is crazy.
That's cool.
So yeah,
that's what we want, you see.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's nothing like secretive that we do to make them that cheap. They just are.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in ripping people off for, you know, why shouldn't, and as well, you know, regardless of if you're buying a £3,000 guitar from us or a £1,000 guitar from us, you still get the same, you know, customer support after. If there's any questions or queries, we'll, you know, you can literally phone us up and we'll talk you through it or help you out.
That's really important, I think. There's so many big brands these days that have lost touch with the customer.
Definitely.
And I think it's really important as a company to have that connection with your users, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. Customer service is just key to it all. You know, especially as it's a relatively new brand, people might be slightly nervous to bite the bullet and say, I'm going to go for it. And if there's that support thereafter, if there is anything, you know, if they need to chat to someone about changing the setup of it or whatever, then, you know, we're absolutely here.
Yeah.
And we also offer, every guitar has got a 5-year warranty with it as well.
That's really cool.
We do.
Yeah.
So,
it's those little things, isn't it? That's what sort of makes the experience great for the user. And the good thing is as well, for anyone who's considering a PJD, you're not limited by what you offer on the website, essentially. You could pick one of your models and you could customise it to your heart's content, basically, and you guys can accommodate that as well. So that's really interesting, because you guys are sort of producing your sort of core models, but then you're essentially like a custom shop on top of that for whatever people might feel like.
Yeah, totally. I think, you know, we've definitely had some interesting builds come through. You know, and they've not been massive tweaks on what we already do. Yeah. You know, maybe a single pickup or, you know, a colour that we don't do, or a particular type of wood, or a slightly unconventional pickup configuration. We'll happily do anything.
Have you ever had anyone go completely off the path with?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Someone asked me once to build him a lightning bolt guitar.
Like in the shape of a lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Did you?
Absolutely not. No, you got to draw the line somewhere, I think. I think I quoted it up for him, and it was quite a lot of money because I would have had to have completely designed a guitar.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then I never heard from him again.
So if anyone wants a lightning bolt guitar,
don't call me.
Would you go down that road of like completely crazy stuff if people wanted it, providing you could obviously offer it for the price point you wanted to?
Yeah, it's quite tricky because we're not a custom shop in the sense of you can modify our guitars that we have.
Yeah.
To different bridges, different pickups, different colours, different woods, different inlays. But if it's like a lightning bolt guitar, then it's basically me designing and drawing it.
Yeah.
And it's quite time consuming. So in theory, yes, I would, but it wouldn't be cheap.
That's good though. It's good to know. So if anyone does want a lightning bolt guitar, they could get one. In theory.
Give us a shout. Maybe.
Maybe.
It might tempt me.
That's cool. So is there anything about PJD you think, other than what we've covered, that you think you really want people to know? Any sort of interesting facts about the company that you think people would find quite fascinating? Especially if they've not heard of the brand before.
So we don't just build PJDs anymore.
So I knew this, but many people at home might not know this.
So we've had a number of companies approach us. I can't say too much at this stage. But we are currently building cream tea guitars, which if anyone has heard of cream tea pickups, built by Thomas, they're in quite a lot of our PJD guitars, which is where the connection is. They're amazing pickups, the guy's like a genius.
Yeah, his stuff's really good.
It's so good, and he just goes and scans like 59 Les Pauls, and I don't know how he does it. I'm sure it's like a secret, and then he'll just they're amazing pickups.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got a connection with Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top, which is probably one of the biggest artists that you could mention, right?
It's a pretty good one to name drop, isn't it?
I'd say so, yeah. So he came to us it must have been nearly a year ago now, about this project. The pickup swapping was the main thing behind it. And I think they went to him and Tim. They wanted to put it into one of our guitars, and I said, it's not for me, it's not what I want to do. And I sort of floated the idea that why don't you have your own guitar, like Cream Tea or something. I don't know whether I actually said that, but he certainly, went away and thought about it and came back to me and was like, yeah, we want to do it. And Billy Gibbons wants to design it. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
It's not every day you get Billy Gibbons to design one of your instruments, is it?
No, they were, I mean, you can't buy that sort of connection, can you, really? So we started working on it. It was quite a long process, and you saw some of the prototypes.
Yeah.
There was a launch for it the other day. Check it out now. It's on Cream Tea Guitars website, and you can buy them currently, I think, from the website and from Sound Affects over in Ormskirk.
Are you doing those in like super limited numbers, or are they just going to be out for people? Like if anyone wants a Cream Tea guitar, they could just order one?
So there are some special edition ones that are out that will be limited numbers, and I believe an element of them will be signed by the man himself.
Nice.
Nice touch. But there will be a range that you'll just be able to order.
Cool.
There will be some in stock, and you can order them as well. But it's probably best to speak to Tim over at Sound Effects, and he'll point you in the right direction. But that's a pretty cool project for us.
Yeah, that's
that we've been working on. And we had the launch for it the other day, which was great. They seem to go down really well.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
they look really good as well. They're really nice looking guitars.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember when I first heard about that, I thought that's just such a cool pairing. Like to design anything for Billy would be awesome.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
He's Billy Gibbons. What can you say?
Yeah. We're actually building one for him at the minute, him specific.
I think I saw it last time I was here. I think.
You might not have done because it.
Oh, it wasn't
just
that.
started.
I wasn't that one, was it? Okay. I saw the wood blank.
Oh, that's
yeah. I saw the wood blank.
Yeah.
It had his name written on the side. So I've seen a block of wood that's.
It will be.
I might have a picture of it somewhere.
It's yeah. So that's pretty cool. Building a guitar for him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah.
And it's going to come from this factory as well. It's
Absolutely.
literally going to be built start to finish in this building.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go off to Billy Gibbons from the top.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing to be able to say, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, I think we'll go for a factory walk around now. So thanks for your time. Obviously, for you guys, there's going to be some links down below where you can check out PJD. I'll link to their website and their socials. Anywhere else you think people should be looking? Are you working with distributors at the moment, or is it direct order? What's the best way if people want to get in touch to buy something?
Yeah, you can order directly from us on our website, but wherever you are in the country, have a look and see where your local dealer is, because we've got quite a good dealer network now, and yeah, go and check them out in store. That's the best way for you to actually go and play one.
Yeah.
Just go to your local store. If you go to the dealer section on our website, you can see everyone that stocks them. And again, in Germany, the same thing. We've got quite a few distributors in Germany as well.
Okay.
Quite a few cool stores which you can go and visit. I can't name them. I can't.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You'll find them down below.
You'll find, yeah.
So go to your local store, try one of these out, and if you want it reshaped like a lightning bolt, get in touch with this guy. So yeah, let's go see some machinery.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out PJD Guitars, and I'll see you guys soon. If the factory tour gets a bit noisy, then it is what it is. I may put some translation subtitles on the screen if there's stuff we can't hear, but it is what it is. Just enjoy the footage. Cool. So yeah, whenever you're ready, let's go for it. Let's go. Let's go for a walk around.
Hey, let's go. This is the main workshop. Chris. You met Hank before? Yeah, we met Hank. So downstairs is all the woodwork, all the dusty work and everything. So you can see Chris here is working on not a PJD. As I'm sure you know now, we're doing the Green Tea Guitars. Yeah. The Green Tea Guitars. Bit of free advertising for Green Tea. You come around the corner here.
Just through the decking.
Green Tea. Free advertising. Pickup swapping. Hence the massive cavity on the back. But I'm sure you'll see more and more of these guitars around and stuff. And you'll probably get one to do a video with at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Probably up to me. But yeah, main workshop. Back is the CNC machine. This is where we do the majority of the big work. So as you can see, we've got a shank beam. Watch your legs on those tools, they're not really sharp. So this is another, no PJD stuff on it. This is another Green Tea, and it's for Billy Gibbons. It's the emissions that are
Yeah, you showed us the prototype ones last time, the first two that were upstairs,
right.
when we were here a couple of weeks ago.
I don't remember much about that.
It was a busy day. It was a busy day.
Just watch yourself on any cables or anything. I don't want anyone killing themselves. So yeah, so this is where the journey starts with all the guitars, and round here is the wood store. So as you can see, you can have a wander in there. So you can see loads of billets for guitar bodies and they are figured maple tops and fretboards and their neck blanks. This is kind of a small amount of what we've got. We've got some storage units there. Just sort of around the corner that we keep a lot of the stuff in because we've just not got the space for it.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Then we've got some cool tops.
Oh, that's nice.
Where do you
Sticker
source it all
tops.
from?
I can't tell you.
Secret.
It's a secret. Yeah. No, we get a lot of stuff from. A lot of this wood is from America or
Yeah.
South America.
Okay.
But we've got various different suppliers. It's not really a secret, but we don't want everyone knowing where we get all our stuff from.
It's always interesting to find out where people get their woods from, because I was speaking to Nick Huber about his sort of wood choices, and he gets wood from all sorts of crazy places.
Yeah.
Like, places you wouldn't even imagine that you'd find good guitar wood.
Absolutely.
And he'll just buy something and build a guitar over it.
Yeah, I think that's because it's a natural thing, isn't it? Wood, you know, you've got to get it from you build up over the years. You know, some good dealers and some places like you say you wouldn't expect to get stuff from, and you just keep going back because they always get really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
We get some great stuff from a guy in the UK and equally from some people in America, and it's some really good stuff. And so that's kind of it down here. I won't bore you with telling you about the machinery because I could talk for hours about that. But yeah, this is where the journey of any guitar starts. And then actually, let's go back over here. These are guitar bodies in various stages of production. So these have been bound, sanded. It's a nice top on that.
That's a very nice top.
No.
Is each guitar that makes it to this point, do you have a plan for what that guitar is going to be? Or do they just make it here and then whatever happens?
Everything's got a serial number, everything's allocated to someone. It's
Okay.
very rare nowadays that we build anything for stock,
Okay.
because everything's sold.
Right.
So it'll get added, it'll get ordered, it'll get added to a confirmed orders sheet, and then that'll be moved on to the build schedule down here. You'll see on there, I'll show that sheet. To get moved onto this sheet down here, and then the guys know what materials they need to build that guitar. But everything's got an allocated colour, spec, and where it's going and how long it's going to take, and it's all.
Everything we need to know about each guitar is on that spreadsheet there, and we just go from there and we just make it pretty much to order.
So you're not really building guitars just for the sake of building them now, then everything's got purpose?
No, it's quite rare that we do get something through that we can just have a bit of fun with. I think we've got a couple of projects maybe down there, but it's very rare now that we'll have anything that's stock.
Yeah.
Or if we do, it'll be allocated to an artist or something.
Okay.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good and it's not good sometimes. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of fun with stuff, but
of course.
we haven't got the time.
How many are you guys build in a day at the moment then? Or a week, for instance?
So it's about 10 a week.
Okay, that's pretty good.
40 a month, give or take a few.
Yeah.
We're kind of at almost capacity at the minute.
Wow.
We're going to be expanding in the next 2 months. More space, bigger premises.
Yeah.
Which
means more guitars.
A lot more guitars. A hell of a lot more guitars, yeah.
That's good.
Should we go upstairs and have a look?
Let's go, yeah.
Next, I think I might make the grade, or use them for training.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll get, I don't know, a defect or something, and rather than throw it away, we'll let people train, new employees and stuff. So much what it's everything.
It makes sense, yeah. It makes sense to do that.
I think it's important to try and be as environmentally friendly as you can be.
Yeah. No, I
We've
agree.
been doing this kind of thing This is spray booth.
Spray booth.
Although our spray guy's on holiday this week, we let him have a holiday, which is not on really. But yeah, so upstairs is spraying, final assembly, fretting, so as you can see here.
Cool. Spray booth.
We're having a bit of a training with him this week.
Okay.
Andy's showing here Luke wiring. So we like everyone to kind of be trained in everything.
Yeah.
So we know every aspect. And yeah, we've got we decided every now and again we'll have a training where we decide we'll get people up to scratch on things that they don't know. So everyone, you know, if someone goes off sick or someone's not here, then everyone knows how to do everything.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, this is finishing. You can see some finished guitars around here. So they come up like this. They've all got a sheet with them, telling Jason, the spray guy, who is will take it from there, and it'll have a colour.
Right.
Trans blue, who it's for. Each stage as well, we've got check sheets, so we don't let anything get missed at any stage. You know? So the last thing you want to be putting a guitar together and then someone says the bridge is in the wrong way. No, that would never happen.
But it could. But it's good that you safeguard against it.
Yeah, and these are some of the guitars that are being finished and are waiting for assembly. So they'll sit on here and basically wait until the priority. Everything gets a priority level.
Right. Yeah.
So when it'll hit this guitar, for instance, Andy or someone will come and grab it and fit the neck, and then that'll go into build, and then it ends up in that rack up there. We've got absolutely nothing in it at the minute.
Yeah, it was full last time.
Yeah. Maybe we've got some. Yeah, I think we've got. So it'll sit up there for a week.
Yeah.
Get used to being a guitar with strings on, string tension.
Yeah.
Before it then gets checked again, set up again, finishing touches at the nut and various bits and bobs, and then it's boxed, cleaned, and sent off to its new home.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've literally got hardly anything in it yet, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this is full last thing we did.
Yeah, it was. Just some custom. I think that's for guitar.
Okay.
I believe. It's quite a nice one.
Yeah.
Bit of a custom spec that actually. We don't usually have a P90 in the neck, but this one has.
It's nice with the cream binding against the plain back as well. It's very nice.
It's a really nice combination. It's a cool guitar.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, just a St. John standard. Again, probably meant for someone.
I love the see-through colours as well. Do you mix all the colours here as well?
Yeah, I'll go and show you all the. I'll show you the paint. I'll show you the paint cupboard. Can you blur it out so no one can see what brand they are?
Yeah.
This is Andy.
Hello.
This is where Andy hangs out sometimes. Just wants to do with it.
How are you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, good. Oh, good, mate, sir. Sorry, I'll get over here. No, it's not my department.
This is where all the colours are. So you have to blur these out because I don't want people knowing exactly what we use. But everything is either a custom colour that we've kind of had mixed for us, or a kind of existing colour that we picked from a palette.
Okay. I was going to ask, do you have like a a set list of colours that you offer, or is it custom colours? But it sounds like it's both.
We've got a colour palette basically for this year.
Right.
But I like to offer the odd little custom thing here and there, which is very annoying to people who update the website, because I decide I want to do another colour and it needs to be added to the website.
Yeah, of course.
But no, it's mainly just stock stuff, and then like next year we'll add more colours and remove some colours that aren't necessarily that popular anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Like we started doing metallic colours now,
Yes, I did. I saw a few of them on the rack in there.
which is pretty cool. The purple.
Yeah, that's very nice.
There are a couple of those in Anderton's at the minute.
Okay.
There's a St John standard and a Airy standard in Anderton's, which is cool. But yeah, in terms of we kind of standardised the colours. Certainly the stains, like the sunbursts and stuff like that. That's all pretty standard now. And if you go on the website, it's got swatches
Right.
for each colour.
Could someone order a custom burst if they wanted to? If they had
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Basically, at the custom level that we offer, you can have
Anything
whatever you
goes.
want.
Right. Yeah.
You can literally have whatever you want. Any kind. I mean, we've done some custom colours. Like there was a custom order. The guy wanted a sunburst, but then he wanted seafoam green,
Right. Okay.
and then he wanted me to age it so the sunburst came through.
Okay. That's quite interesting.
Which was really cool, actually.
Yeah. So it's like a finish over a finish. And then you carve
so we had to do
back through.
2 finishes.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It came out really good.
I've seen a few guitars with that sort of thing, and it does look really cool.
Yeah, I like it personally.
I suppose it kind of replicates the old, people used to do it with the old Fenders. They used to buy a red Strat, spray it whatever colour, and then over time it would wear through the top coat back to the original.
Yeah. No, it's a cool look. I really like Relic stuff personally.
I think if it's done right.
Yes.
I've played some Relic guitars and you can tell it's Relic. And other guitars you play it and it feels right. And I think the feel is the important thing more than the look.
Definitely.
Companies relic visual, but they don't relic the feel of a guitar. But when you play a guitar that's 40 years old, you can feel the neck is different, or the calves of the body are different. And that's what companies don't nail with the relic.
Yeah,
You can scrape all the paint off you want, but it feels
and
real.
still have square frets.
Yeah.
Like fretboard, and it's well, it doesn't kind of work, does it?
Yeah.
Because it'd be rounded over if you played a guitar for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, all our fretboards are rolled anyway, but I think it's custom. Yeah, if it's been relic, then we'll, overdo it. Like it's been played.
Yeah, that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's the most compelling argument to buy a Relic guitar, is to buy a guitar that doesn't feel brand new. Because a brand new guitar feels different to an old guitar.
Yes, absolutely.
And especially if you're a gigging musician, you want a guitar that just feels ready to go, rather than a guitar that you sort of have to play in.
You don't have to break the guitar in, do you? Really?
Yeah.
If you're paying a certain amount of money, you want the guitar to be ready to go. Really,
Yeah.
don't you?
That's it. That's it.
But we try to make all our guitars feel like that. Relic to one relic.
That's cool. Are you getting more and more into the Relic thing then? Are you finding that something you're getting more and more orders for?
Well, we're working on some other projects at the minute which have Relic finishes, so we've kind of been having to really kind of work out how to do it consistently, but for it not to look fake. Do you know what I mean? Like cracked lacquer and stuff. It's been, it's been a bit of a nightmare trying to work it all out. Like our poor spray guy's been pulling his hair out. Because it's just so many. The trouble is with like an age finish, the lacquer's cracked. Some lacquers aren't as good as other lacquers, but the company won't tell you if it'll crack.
Right, okay.
Because they don't want to say, our lacquer cracks.
Makes sense, because their job is to not crack.
That's the whole point of a lacquer. Really. Like some of the reason why old Gibsons and old Fenders crack is because the lacquer was not as advanced as it is now.
Yeah.
They put things in it like elasticizers and stuff, so it when it gets cold, it'll move more with the temperature rather than just
Yeah, that's why a lot of them crack just with age, because if you take them out and play them in clubs with hot stage lights, it's going to expand and contract the sort of the wood and the finish, and
Absolutely,
eventually
yeah.
it'll just
And
split.
then in the back of a cold van.
Yeah,
and it's
straight
gonna-
off the stage into a van. Yeah.
And that's how it happens. But modern finishes are far superior, so they don't crack, which is good. Like if you
If you want the guitar to retain that
for
shot.
like 95% of guitars, that's what you want. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a learning curve over the past few months, but I think we've nailed it.
Yeah. Cool.
I would show you some stuff, but it's kind of a little bit of another top secret project.
That's fine.
But I can show you off camera.
Yeah, we'll do that. Take a look off camera. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for taking the time to show us around.
Thanks for coming down to see us.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No problem at all. So that's the final stage, and so the guitars come through downstairs.
Yep.
They get built, put together, come up here to get sprayed, finished, sit in the rack, and then off to you guys at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the secret.
Easy as that.
Yeah. Well, there we go then. Cool. Well, let's go and see some top secret stuff off camera.
Absolutely. Let's do it.